Welcome you to our series of Avadus 24 Gurus. Our today's mentor and guide is the very life air of our substance, the very air we breathe in and breathe out. So to speak, wind is the external manifestation of air, whereas prana is the internal manifestation of air. What values can you learn from the wind? The art of moving throughout the material world without attachment. It is observed that when the wind passes over waterfalls, it carries sprinkles of clear water and thus becomes most refreshing. Sometimes the wind blows through a beautiful forest, carrying the fragrances of fruits and flowers. At other times, it may fuel up a fire that burns the same forest to ashes. The wind, however, being fixed in its own nature, remains neutral in both its auspicious and inauspicious activities. The essence lies in neutrality. In Bhagavad Gita 9.9 speaks of this as Nachamam tani karmani nivadhanti dhananjaya udasina vadasinam asaktam tiskarmasu. O Dhananjay, all this work cannot bind me. I am ever detached from all these material activities, seated as though neutral. This neutrality does not promote lack of engagement. Rather, one is actively involved. The example can I give him of a high court judge sitting on his bench. By his order, so many things are happening. Someone is being hanged, someone being jailed, someone is awarded of huge amount of wealth, but still he is neutral. He has nothing to do with all that gain and loss. Sometimes in our life, we find that we do some work and it bears a favorable result, and sometimes our endeavor yields adverse outcomes. Sometimes one is praised and rewarded by his boss, and sometimes bitterly chastised. We will inevitably face both praising and discussing situations if, however, we remain fixed in God consciousness or Christian consciousness. We will not be disturbed by the inauspicious, nor will we become attached to materially auspicious. One who is attached to materially pleasing forms, taste, smells, sounds, and touches will also be repelled by the opposite in each category. Thus, finding himself surrounded by innumerable good and bad things, the materialist is constantly disturbed. So in Bhagavad Gita 256 speaks as Dukhesu anubidna manaha sukhesu vigata spriya vitaraga bhaya krodha sthita dhir muni uchyate. One who is not disturbed in mind even amidst of threefold miseries, or elated when there is happiness, and who is free from attachment, fear and anger, is called a sage of steady mind. The wind passes through the most dark and forbidding places. The wind is not frightened or disturbed. Similarly, a devotee of Lord Krishna should never be fearful or anxious even when in most difficult situations. The wind may carry various aromas, but actually doesn't mix with them. Although we experience the wind as fragrant or foul depending on the aromas it carries, the wind does not change its actual nature. Similarly, although we regard a particular person as strong or weak, intelligent or retarded, beautiful or homely, good or bad, this pure spirit soul, who is the actual person, does not really possess any of the qualities of the body, but is merely covered by them, just as the wind is covered by different aromas. A God conscious person is always aware that he is different from the temporary body. The soul is Satchidananda by nature. Sat, that eternal eternity. We see so many people dying every day. But when it comes to us, we are least bothered about this. Why? This feeling of our perpetual existence is coming from within, from the soul. Although we experience the various transformations of the body, such as childhood, adolescence, adulthood, and old age, but we never feel like we are aging, and we always seek to be youthful because this is our inherent nature. But although one experiences the pains and pleasures, qualities and functions of that body, a God conscious person never thinks that he is the body. This is clearly mentioned in Bhagavad Gita 2:13. Dehinasmin yatha dehe kaumarang javanang jara satha dehantara prapti dhirastastra namujjati. Chit, that is knowledge, we are always curious to know newer and newer things. The soul is by nature an enlightened being. Ananda, we are all pleasure seeking. So even though we may find ourselves to be surrounded by so-called material auspiciousness or inauspiciousness, we should try to act neutral. Act according to our divine nature, because transcendental happiness is beyond material happiness and unhappiness. Thank you.